did from 96 to 2003.
That's a third strike. How much time did you get?
24 to life.
And they don't give you no good time, good behavior. And all that
You
shit.
85% of whatever they gave.
I feel like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, pick the beats on the line. Hustle to increase, put it all on the line. House to spouse, family freedom, walking yards on the line. Every day I wake up like my life on the line. Jungle in these streets, pick the beats on the line.
What's going on? Squares everywhere.
Yeah. What's up?
I'm JJ Fomby, and that's Junior. On the Line podcast show.
What's
Squares
going on?
everywhere.
Oh shit, man. You know I can't call it. I ain't making no noise. You know, walking the yard. That's what we're doing.
Busting laps on the track. Yeah, that
Yeah,
part
we
there.
on the track, man. We walk on the track. That's when you get your mind together, your plots, your plans, your schemes, and everything all of the above.
No, you're right about that part. You know, you're thinking time and breathing air and walking and understanding and adjusting.
Yeah. If you're doing it with a group of men or your partner, y'all putting together some stuff, or just those who know, they know what's going on. But we back at it today on the Line podcast, brought to you by Digital Soapbox Network. Pod TV. Shout out to that crew over there. JJ Fomby YouTube. Everybody that's been rocking and rolling with us and helping us get to where we need to go. How you feeling, dog? How you feeling over there?
Oh man, blessed 10 toes down. It's a blessing to be able to do the things we able to do. Shout out to Artist Shield for sure, most definitely. I just want to tap on a few subjects. One of them, I want y'all to make sure y'all hit us up for them On the Line podcast t-shirts and check them out, man. I don't know if we got any left, but anybody want one, check us out, man, on the Line podcast t-shirts. Today we feeling real sun rockish.
I see that, man. I see the sun rocks in the building.
Oh yeah. People at Sun Rock looked down from me with this little magenta looking shirt. One of my homeboys like the color magenta. I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna leave it alone for the day. But I want to tap into this. What's cracking on the penitentiary yard in California? I got the update when the homies tapped in, let me know what the deal was. And the deal is this. They're going to start shutting down institutions in the state of California here in 2021. I think they shut down Tracy, which is in the city of Tracy, California. It's called, Northern California. It's called DVI, Dual Vocational Institution. That's a abbreviation, but it's Tracy. They shut the whole institution down. And that's an old school institution, so it held about.
What's the reason?
They ain't got no bodies. They reforming justice reform, and they start letting people out that did their time, and let them go home.
So basically, they don't have enough inmates rather, to occupy the prison, so they're just gonna shut it down.
Yeah. See, the California Department of Correction and Rehabilitation been on a heavy scrutiny for the last 10, 15 years. When Governor Brown Jr. left, he was up against a lot of lawsuits that were filed by inmates and attorneys and activist groups and university of attorneys and all kind of stuff. So what they had been doing, California was breaking the law. While by was holding people in there doing more time than they should. And Governor Brown at the time, Governor Brown Jr., he is a trial attorney. And so he wasn't just a governor, he was also an attorney. So he wouldn't do the from just cutting grass and whatever and worked the political routes and became a governor. He was attorney at law. And he knew that they was breaking the law. So he was getting the compliance by doing what the law said, not what you think should be done. So long story short.
So he was doing things by the book.
With by the law or the state. You see what I'm coming from? So a lot of people didn't see it's a lot of ignorance involved. And what I mean by ignorance means lack of knowledge. So if you're a layman to the law, be state law, federal law. You don't understand what the law is. You understand what you think in your mind it should be. Okay? That don't work in a court of law, meaning if you're in state court or federal court. What you think it should be and what it is totally different.
Night and day.
Correct. So we have to get that understanding. It's about understanding the language of on what's going on and what field you in. That's the key thing. Understanding the language. The language is Latin. Latin terms used in law, whether for state law, federal, civil, or criminal law. So anyway, move past that. He was just getting in compliance with what the law was, and what he was doing is starting a lot of politics inside staff that runs these facilities, uh, run by the state or the federal or private entities. So he started cracking down on a lot of stuff they was doing, violating people, men's and women's rights, who actually did their time, went all through all the classes, and the cops in here were giving like bullshit, right? Of like not standing for counting. I found
Yeah. And those who don't know, when you get write-ups and stuff like that, that enables you to move to a lower level, to get transferred, things like that. You do not want to get write-ups, because you may have a transfer coming to get closer to home or, anything of that nature. Am I correct?
Correct. It prohibits you from dropping the levels and going home. That's what the bottom line is. You get a write-up of it being administrative, which means it don't carry points. And then the prison system is run on a point. California CDCR is running on a point system on where you should be housed at. So they have administrative, they got serious 115s. Those are grievances, and those are when you break rules. And then all that paper content can prohibit you from being free. And when you go to prison board or we're trying to retrieve lost time from your past write-ups, you got to have a clean period. So they're looking for a clean period of no write-ups. Write-ups mean correction officers or staff writing you up for not going to work and being on the phone 1 minute longer than you should, and this a lot of penny ante ass shit that will prohibit you from going home. And you got to do a whole another 2 years up in the institution, jeopardizing your life a little bit more because somebody is working in the system was being a real prick. And they having a lot of those people. And I'm not going to just say prison guards or correction officers, but you have people that have jobs that they bring their problems from home to their job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And a lot of those prison guards, they're all law enforcement, and we know that a lot of law enforcement is up on a lot of stress. You know what I'm saying? They drink a lot of alcohol. They had drug abuse issues. Just because they got the uniforms don't make them walking saints. You think
they have marital issues.
They got all kinds of issues.
And then they may have been prior military, which stuff may still be lingering from there. It's it's all kind of stuff going on.
So you get in there now you're dealing with a lot of issues, and man, you just trying to do your time, get home. You got some weirdo got a bad run come through fucking with you, and you ain't bothering nobody. You just programming, leaning back in your cell. They're gonna weirdo want to press that line on you, picking with you, messing with you, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, move on past all that, because a lot of you squares out there don't understand what we're talking about. But this is for the ones that's hip into the game and understand what we're talking about. So a lot of people are now being released through the reforming of the laws that's been done by voting and by getting compliance with what the real law is. And they releasing a lot of men and women back in society. So, which means under force of choice. They're shutting down Tracy. They're shutting down they shut down the actually low level facility. I think they gonna be shutting down shutting down Soledad in a minute. I forgot another institution they shut down. So we talking about like if you shut the institution down, that means the cops ain't got no job.
And a lot of, correct me if I'm wrong on this, I'm thinking prison, state and federal, but maybe more so state, if you could help me out. When they do that, also all the staff, whether you work on the yard or in the office, you drive the bus, all that whole thing, and then you have prisons that have contracts with certain whoever. So that is being affected too, correct?
Yes, sir. Yeah. Because you have contracts for food and water, vending machines, renting out apartments to the officers who live around in those areas. Some of them really don't live there; they just work there, so they rent out the apartments.
How you get your damn your
uniform clean? Yeah. So when they build these institutions and these farmlands, they bring they provide jobs for people who live in those farmlands or surrounding cities to come to work there. So institutions are very, very, very large money-making machines.
Now let me ask you this question real quick. Remember, there was a time, we can go back a few years all the way to 70s, 80s, and 90s when the prison population was overcrowded. They was housing, 15, 20 dudes to little ass. I mean, it was just horrible. Now we fast forward to right now, it's starting to reverse. They're losing inmates to free.
Yeah, exactly. And this is an issue where just to kind of get off into it just a tad bit, with like San Francisco district attorney, and then they wouldn't, and I don't want to say the person. Yeah, I can say the person. People have an issue when I say this because they don't understand. When Tamla Harris was in as a district attorney, the vice president for a county in Northern California,
I remember her.
Yeah, she wasn't striking out people for bullshit, non-violent, non-serious crime. Okay? What do you mean by non-serious, non-violent? So if you got caught with a pizza, she wasn't striking you out, giving you 25, 40, 60, 70 in life. She was giving you what you had coming. Now, back then, Gil Garcetti Sr. was the district attorney for Los Angeles.
Yeah, Gil Garcetti.
Yeah, Gil Garcetti Sr., when the 3-strike law came out, he was smashing everybody. He didn't get down what you do.
He went back to your childhood just so you can get that 3rd strike.
And knock you out the box and sent you up to the 40, 50, 60, 70, 100 years of life.
And people are still sitting there on that right now.
Today, yeah, damage, collateral damage or damage from that law. So now, me being one of the collateral damages, myself, personally. So there's still guys in there for non-violent, non-serious crimes that's fighting for their freedom to this day. Here's 25, 30 years later, they still sitting up in the stoops. Being a couple of them, one of them I had on the show, named Rock. If you go back and look at our previous shows, you'll hear what Mr. Fitzgerald talking about it. Hit the subscribe button, hit that like, hit that share. Go back and look at that Fitzgerald interview. So anyway, a lot of these gentlemen are going in front of the prison boards, and the prison board looking at what have you done in the last 30 years to reform yourself, change yourself, your thinking, with your triggers. You may educate yourself, a high school diploma, college education, trade, etc., etc. You have a place to live. You have a place to get a job.
You're staying out of trouble.
You staying out of trouble. That clean period. So a lot of people, since I came home, I'm speaking about my own immediate clan of individuals that I grew up with and folks who know of me and that know me personally. Once they let me out, a lot of people say, wow, well, they let dog out. Man, my case is a little bit different than most people. It was at the clean period that I never really had. I eventually got it when I realized these people really might let me out. I had to get on the good foot. Long story short, a lot of brothers and came home. And quite a few of them have came home since I've been home. And they saw that, let me out. And even though I didn't have a murder charge, I still was a lifer. So a lot of them came home. A lot of them home. They getting situated. Some having some problems, some not having some problems. So some coaching need to be involved there. Bottom line is this, they're letting more come home now. They did 30, 40 years on the yard. or just recently, one of the older homies who just passed away in a car accident. Um, he walked off, I think, almost 36 years. Yeah, he was in a car accident, correct, on the 4th of July on the freeway. Mr. Donald Mitchell, one of the older homies from Long Beach, a G from the beach. So, and I had another one of my homeboys, older homies, uh, passed away in a hotel room. One of the G homies, man, had a difficult life, but he passed away. He was able to come home and passed away in a hotel room with a heart attack. So, shout out to the rest of peace to the homie, Big Ant Dog. So, it's a lot of homies, man, live the life. Oh, them yards, representing our city, representing the city, and some they made it home, and some have been home, and some not making it on the streets. So
Yeah, it's sad, man. You know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
to do all those years and survive, not even complete all those calendars. We talking about survival, bro. You already know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Survive 30 years, 20 years, 2 years, 3 years in prison, and come home and then just, basically slip on a banana peel and die.
Yeah, man, it's a delicate line out here, man, and it's a trip and it's a tragedy. See, I was and I wasn't the only one, but I was one of them individuals that caused problems in the community. Yeah, I was. Yeah, I did that. Not proud of it now today when I look back at it and look at the lineage of individuals who took on that struggle by me and others being away from the community and living a destructive life. Now, I ain't no saint. I ain't no, you know, no bishop or no elder or none of that nature, no deacon, and then I ain't the best Christian. But a lot of the homies ain't made it to 50. Y'all where I'm coming from? So it's a blessing that I'm here each and every day. Uh, and it's kind of hard, man, to sit back and look at uh, the technology that's been a blessing and a curse. This internet, this tool is just like we used to say when you was on the yard when you had a telephone. Man, it was so good to be able to talk to your people and look at your people when you had your own chirp in the phone in your cell. You wasn't supposed to have it, but you had it. And we used to use the term as a blessing and a curse. The same thing about this here internet. It's a blessing and it's a curse. It's a tool that could be used to benefit you financially, and it also could be a tool to use you to damage you permanently. Loss of life,
Yeah,
talking too much,
yeah.
disrespecting people. Got where I'm coming from?
Showing things that shouldn't be shown.
And talking about a lot of stuff, people's business that you shouldn't be talking about because you addicted to the fame. You want to be famous. And I noticed a lot of individuals more chasing that fame than chasing that money in that account. So it's a difference. And I'm not no star. I never wanted to be a star of no nature. I'm just using this as a vessel to reach the individuals who walk this life that you and I walk and others that we know that we have to grow up and police ourselves individually and the loved ones around us utilize our knowledge to um, suggest things to them that will be bad for them and will be good for them. Teach them in the best way for those ones who want to listen so they won't wreck themselves.
Well, see, the thing about that is, man, growing up when you young, you eager to learn. You listen, you take notes. But sometimes when you get to that certain age, I think, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, you don't want to listen no more. You figure, okay, I got it. But as I was once told, you're never too old to receive information and knowledge. As long as you on this earth, as long as you wake up, you are subject to learn something from somebody. You don't know it all, you don't have it all. You got to keep an open mind. Everybody's situation is not, concurrent with yours, but it's always good to listen. Then you can just ponder on and say, aha, now that don't resonate with what I got going on. But at least he or she took the time out to show me what's going on. Don't be a deaf ear, because as Jackson 5 say, the life you save may be your own. You know what I mean?
Huh. Speak on it. Speak on it. Yeah.
uh, and I understand. I understand the youth, man. I was young. See, that's what people in our situation, we have to understand. We can't just talk down to them. We can't just diss them and disrespect them. Because one thing we do know, we've been their age. They never been our age. So we understand. It's a way to communicate with them. It's a way to get at them instead of being aggressive with it. And everybody always talking about, well, you always got human stories and this and that, because that's where I grew up. That's where I learned a lot about survival and life is in prison. So when you get there, people are going to tell you, hey, man, that's not cool. And then you're like, well, I'm here. I got 15 years. I got 20 years. I was such and such on the street, blah, blah. That does not matter. Listen to what I'm saying. That's not cool. You have to listen, and listen to understand. You know what I mean? I get it. You wanna carve your own role. You want to make your own name for yourself. But eventually, you are going to look back and be like, wow, only if.
Well, yeah. Totally understand where you're coming from. It's like, oh well, we not no major stars, no major athletes or nothing like that. No, we just regular street niggas that kind of see the light of things. We grew up mentally, psychologically, on a great amount of things that we used to do. Don't get me wrong. There's days that we have our days, man, trying to deal with society and deal with family and deal with street nigga shit that you see on the street. Shout out to Relly's Kitchens. Check us out. Check them out. They got great food. We have to deal with not resorting to our old bags, our old moves individually. So we have to discipline ourselves individually. We're not here to, talk bad about old or young individuals. We're just saying, wake up, be more conscious what you're doing and how you doing it. Out here in these streets, there's a ton of cameras around here. You can do what you want and how you do, because that's what y'all gonna do as that. But if somewhere in your conscious mind, you might want to think about, hey, is it really worth me being locked up, going to prison, not seeing my kids, not seeing my mom, not seeing my dad and my sister, my family, and my loved ones, and not sleeping in my own bed. And you ain't gonna be able. Your old lady gonna run out on you. Great amount of time. They gonna peel out on you, because if you do some heinous or 2G type shit, your ass is Stavo, no more. So they ain't for to be fucking with you. They ain't gonna be running up in no institutions, come to see you, packing no kids. Someone will, someone ain't. Eventually,
9 times out of 10, we gonna be far away too. I'm talking about hours away. You ain't gonna be around the corner. You may be for a few months, but once everything settle in, you're gonna be far, far away. God damn.
Yeah, so for those, even though we got young food and old food, you know what I mean? So this is not just targeted to the youngsters. You got these older individuals our age or older, addicted to the fame and committing these crimes on camera, or just that's not a gang of cell soldiering, conducting themselves like cell soldiers through this internet, man. And come on, man, we gotta do a little bit better. Even though we air this show, we not looking for no, X amount of likes or nothing like that. We're looking for one individual that you that's listening, you mama, you daddy, you child, you son, you brother, you nephew. You feel me? You cousin. You know what I mean? To sit back and say, what these two niggas talking about? Excuse me for saying that, but what these two dudes talking about? Man, that sound kind of, yeah, they might be right. They might know what they're talking about. Let me listen to what they saying and change your ways before you get caught up unnecessarily. Now, if you defend yourself and your family, hey, we understand that. We got you. It's the price of tea in China. We got it, but just recklessly babbling off at the mouth, disrespecting individuals, just what they would call chasing people around on the internet and trying to get a name off, a rep off individuals, man, and making up stories and saying stuff, and then bringing you into a situation you can run across that dude.
Yeah, but
You can run across that dude, and I'm gonna say it like this: this ain't all I do for a living. I do some other stuff for a living. And what the other night? I was I was out and about on some late night, right? And I walked up to a store and I jumped out the car. Before I got on my second step, the youngster recognized me, like, "What's up, OG?" And I looked. I said, "What's happening, homie?" He said, "You don't recognize me." I said, "Yes, I do. Exactly who he is." I told him where I knew him from. He came in all pieces with no disrespect. It's been a couple of times just this week. I told you, Junior, that
oh yeah,
I've been in the whip and people recognize me immediately. You know what I'm saying? Not from the internet, just from the kind of work I do and places I be at. So they recognize this some from being on the yard in the county jail. So a lot of I don't have that kind of worry that I did no doodlo to niggas from different sets. You got where I'm coming from? While I'm in fear of being another nigga's hood and a nigga catch me, you understand me? And because I did something to the nigga when we was in the pen or in the county. Now I ain't did nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying to myself, well, that a nigga his hands are straight because when nigga was slipping and nigga caught a nigga, this how niggas get their lights out right here. Being in another nigga's hood, them gas stations, them 7-Elevens.
or you might just be doing your human nature thing. I'm going to the grocery store to get some bread and some milk, and that's when it usually happens. When you all guard, when you think you cool, that's when it usually happens. When you think you good.
Yeah, yeah.
The internet, man. Unfortunately, it's a dangerous tool, but it's all about how you use it. It's put here to be used exactly how you want to use your own IG, your own Facebook, your own Twitter, your own whatever. If you choose to get on there reckless, however reckless means to you, then unfortunately there's going to be some backlash to that. Getting on there, thumb banging with different people, and the worst part is that ain't even your real picture as your icon. You just, you got some people out there that's promoting their business, that's looking to get in their career or something like that. Then you just have this wave of people who want to get on there and be disrespectful, and a lot of people ain't tolerating that, bro. It's easy. It's easy to find that person now. Easy.
Oh yeah.
Easy. And you doing it, live, and I'm here, I'm there. Let me tell you something about Los Angeles. Everybody know everybody, indirectly or directly. So when we was coming up, we had something called the party line. We had something called a party line. All voice. Nobody didn't. If you get on the phone, they can hear you, but they can't see you. People get on there, banging on each other, trying to talk to bras and this and that, and it was a lot of shit behind that. Fast forward to now, you got all this stuff where it's just live and video and this and that. It's good. It's beautiful because I've seen people with their kids and family, people promoting their business, having a good time. That's that's good stuff. And it also can be used to help people where, hey, I'm here. If anybody looking for a truck or something like that, a work truck is right here, such and such and such and such. But you got people on there who just, want to use it. It's like when superheroes get their power and they use it for evil. You're going to do what you want to do with your page or your social media. Just remember, you might have some backlash because of that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying as you're talking, my mind reflecting back on something. Quote me on this and note me on this. It's gonna be the last. This will not be the last time we do a show or a show being done on this. Mass shootings.
Oh yeah.
That's gonna keep coming. Those don't know where they're coming from or who doing it. That's gonna keep popping. High speed chase is gonna keep popping and coming. They're gonna actually block was first social media. Actually, the block was the first social media. Okay. Thank you for that.
Didn't know that. That's coming from Chi Hassan, the block. If anybody remember that, enlighten me. I kind of, my mind's a little hazy about that. We used to get on the party line and act the fool.
So
you could have up to 10, 15, 20. Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah, the party line. So I'm saying that it's not gonna be the last time somebody get shot up while being on Facebook Live, Instagram Live, or any of these social platforms that provide live coverage. That's gonna keep going on. There ain't no stopping that. That's gonna keep popping.
So let me ask you this:
let me finish this out.
The owners behind that Facebook, you think they might interject something where you can't do live no more?
Well, I doubt it because it's all the money maker. How you determine with a person going live, they gonna get, they're gonna die by doing live? You can't make that determination. That's true. So I'm not. This is not a clown. This is just trying to paint this visual to people who are looking at the show. Is that this group of people now that's got addicted to going live all the time, chopping up, spitting their game, saying what they saying. It's a group of people, large amounts of people, thousands of people are accustomed doing this like this ain't nothing. That's how they communicate. So it has to be the upcoming group of people, youngsters that you have to reach out to get them to cut back off that, man. As far as
good luck.
Yeah, I know. I'm not. Hey, listen. I'm just saying the truth. It's a shit show that you have to deal with. And how do you cut that down? I don't know. I don't have a solution for that. I like to see somebody who got a solution for it. It needs to be done, but you can't control nobody who got access to going live and saying what they want to say and publicly and posting it and sharing it and liking it and da 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 da. You can't stop that, dog. That just it's floating out there in the air.
Yeah, so that's just something that. It's out. It's out.
Exactly.
Off the leash.
You're right, and it's ugly. It's ugly, man. Here, when we did some shows, whatever, here these people here, committing crime on live, going to jail, sitting in prelim, getting ready to go to trial. All the district attorney and them have to do is play the video and the court from the 12 in the box. Case is solved. Case is done. You already got your time. They're gonna start it to you. You know what I'm saying? So you're building that case against yourself. You are building a case against yourself when you commit crime and putting it on videotape and going live and showing people what you're doing. You shouldn't be doing crime at all anyway, but your show definitely shouldn't be recorded for jokes or whatever.
I think too, man, with the recording, I'm not gonna say some people are lonely, but it's like a rush. Hey, look what I'm doing. Are you doing this? Are you doing this where you are? Look what I'm doing. So that live is something else, man. It's something, bro. I mean, to where you can get on there and just do all kind of stuff. Like you said, you just putting the cuffs on yourself.
Yeah, but see, they don't understand that right now because when they family and they're in jail and they're calling from the county jail or federal detention center and they're calling and their family not picking up the phone and their family get tired of them calling 3 times a day, 2 times a day, begging for money so they can have zooms and wham or snacks, writing pencil, toothpaste. Instead of where I come from, they like, nigga, you didn't think about none of that shit when you was out there in these motherfucking streets. Niggas slapping these bitches up, choking them out, robbing motherfuckers, and doing all your dirt. I had to talk to y'all like this. But this is for the people that don't understand normal language. I got to talk to them. These are the conversations going when you calling people from them, calling you locked up, and they clowning you while you in jail. When you on the phone, they holding the phone up. They making jokes about you. Got your shirt on. They got your Sunrock shirt on and your house slippers. They eating up your food that you bought when you left because you couldn't jail. They got your car keys to your car. You feel what I'm coming? Sleeping in your bed, walking. You know what I mean? Walking your dog. You feel where I'm coming from? So y'all don't understand all that because a lot of y'all ain't never been caught up and been facing cases and they're locked up, sitting up in the stoop 10, 15, 20 years. Watching your family die off. Your auntie, your uncle, your daddy, your mama, your sister, cousin, your baby mama, your kids. You feel where I'm coming from? Your homeboys that you relied on. You got where I'm coming from? Y'all ain't experienced that. So here you gonna be the joke of niggas on the yard like, oh, nigga, they go Mr. Videotape right there.
Yeah.
The nigga they're doing 200 years because he wanted to videotape himself robbing somebody and knocking them down.
You know what's funny about what you said, man? Well, it's not funny, but it's serious to where you must understand. When you get caught up, go to jail, and they cuff you and all that, the first thing they gonna go for is your phone. That's all the evidence there. That's the first thing they want. You know, when they kick in the door back in the day, they looking for guns and drugs and all that. It's just like when they take a corporation down, first thing they go for is their computers and laptops, because that's the evidence.
Look,
As soon as you get popped, that's the first thing they going for is your phone. And believe me, they don't give a damn what type of G14 classified code you got on it. They are going to get in it.
yeah, they're going up in there, and
Yes.
I just want y'all to, if you a parent, an uncle, or grandmama, or something like that, shoot this link to your kids. Tell them, hey, give me a few minutes and listen to what these two dudes talking about, man. I want y'all to listen, man. I got a gang of younger homies that's locked up facing cases. A lot of them are going to get locked up on the yard, and I receive calls all the time from somebody calling from the pen. If you my enemy, you call me. I'm still accept the call. You got where I'm coming from. When I say enemy, I'm talking about from back in the day. You dig where I'm coming from? So I don't care if I dislike you, and I still take your call and see if I can help you. You know, make a connection with family or kids, or I'll see if I can assist you in your endeavor. Nothing illegal, just trying to, encourage you to stay solid, not commit suicide or do drugs to get over the pain of being locked up. Brothers and sisters, we want to hear what's going on. They need somebody to keep them focused so they can have something to strive for to get out. You got where I'm coming from? I done been in that situation.
Oh, yeah.
I've been in that situation after my 5th year, after my 10th year, after my 15th year. Thinking like, damn. And that niggas out of here, is it, huh? 16 years. I walked off 17 straight.
Let me ask you a question. Real serious question, man. You have a lot of people, male and female, getting out, being released from doing quite a bit of time, and getting back not only into society, into the real world, but get back into their mama's lives, their dads, their kids, their relatives, their good friends, and all that. How can you tell them, how do you deal with somebody that's fresh out of prison that you knew before that's gotten out, but you don't know this new person? You know that person, because a lot, they have changed physically and mentally. How do you deal with people that's getting out of prison, that's your family member, friends, or what have you?
That's a great question. I would have to get my mom, or I had to get my cousins and my auntie them to,
because people that are listening,
to answer that question.
They have family members. Some women have husbands and boyfriends, baby daddies.
I understand
I
understand what you're saying, because I have been in and out of prison. I didn't do no 17 years my first time and come home. No, man, I did 4 jokes to the yard. I got 2 different numbers. So I'd have been gone and came back, and gone, left, and come back, gone, come back, left. You know what I mean? I did that. So my family, the ones of mine, they used to, okay, they go JD back. All right, here you go. Oh, he gone. There you go. You out of here. Oh, he back. Oh, you out of here. You know what I mean? Oh, he back again. Hey, you out of here. Well, he been gone a long time on this one. So the adjustment, I just came on, treated everybody like I always treated. I didn't come on angry at nobody. I
Right,
wouldn't.
but what I'm saying is,
No, you let me allow me to complete it. To come home and not being angry at nobody and them allowing me to be back in their life. You get where I'm coming from?
right?
So I can ask how they adjusted to me. I can't answer that question. But I can ask the question how I adjusted to them. I'm like, man, oh, this what y'all doing? Oh, okay. This what you doing? Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I guess we all doing this.
Okay, so now on that note, take a person like you and myself and others who have been gone a very long time. You get out. First thing you don't like is a controlled environment.
No,
I'm just speaking for me. You don't like a controlled environment. And what I mean by that, if you have somebody that's going to come home, a loved one, friends, or whatever, they're going to be back in your life, give them a little bit of space. Oh, you should do this. You should, because they've been in a controlled environment for a long time. And that's number one. And, in far as, I guess you can go to the female side too, where you're going to be looking, if you have a boyfriend that's getting out, let him kind of adjust to the movement that's going on. Don't throw everything in his lap all at once, because he's just getting out of a controlled environment, what to do, and he's been on the same program night in, night out, day in, day out. So he's still adjusting to daylight. He's still adjusting to nighttime. He's adjusting to the TV being on. These are small. It might be funny to you guys, but these are small things that we are adjusting to. Being in traffic, a crowd of people in a grocery store, just kind of, it's like a baby. Let them take the baby steps. You know what I mean? Because it's going to be a while for them to reacclimate themselves back in. Don't be smothering that, a lot like that, because it's not a good thing.
yeah, yeah, I got you. But you don't have that. I think we might have talked about it in prior shows. Person come out of jail don't have a bunch of time to relax and get back and relax and to get back into the stride of things, because the adjustment time and the tolerant time of people on the street is like this.
Oh yeah.
So they expect you to jump right back, get right back in the flow of things, or the flow of what they're doing.
Yeah.
What they're doing, or level they're at. They don't have time to be babysitting no grown man, babysitting no grown woman. You understand where I'm coming from? So adjusting back to society is gonna take more than 2 bills or 3 bills in. So it'll take a few years. You think where I'm coming from? So it takes a while to figure out what the hell going on around here.
And for those of y'all who are listening to this and getting out or just got out, number one thing I can say, do not get frustrated. Because it's gonna be some things that just make you be like, you can't get frustrated. Especially if you coming from a background, and this is real important. If you coming from a background of being a hustler, a baller, used to having things, not asking anybody for nothing. You wake up in the morning, do what you want to do, go buy what you want to buy. And now you adjusting to people just giving you money here and there. It's going to be frustrated. You might be catching a bus or an Uber, or you ready to get back in your own car and do all this. Just, let it come to you. Be quick, but not in a hurry, because you're going to get frustrated. And that was a situation with me, but it may be different. And it's just, certain things that is going to come your way. You gotta, if you're going to help somebody that's out, don't take them to no club, no party. Let them go down there and get their driver's license. Let them get their birth certificate, all their paperwork back in order. You know what I mean? Because these are the necessities that they're going to need to look for a job, to get them a bank account started, depending on how your PO is or something like that. Little steps like that. Don't take them to the neighborhood to see the homies and all that. No, that's no, don't do that. Just the smaller things. Get your ID, social security card, get the birth certificate if you don't have it. Try to open up a bank account. Just get back into the paperwork of things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because those things are very imperative to getting a job. Also, leasing and renting a home or apartment. What tripped me out is a lot of people get up here and they be doing this grandstanding conversation, talking about this and that, and a lot of these niggas ain't never walked that walk or talked that talk. And I trip off of it like, damn, how misleading as the motherfuckers can be to people, and misleading, directing folks intentionally, because just because we don't talk like scholars or look like no hell of a person or whatever, or we don't captivate. We're not gonna captivate everybody to look at our show, mind wise or eye candy. This is so based on that. Listen to what we're saying, and we are certified in this. We ain't got no college degree. We got a degree in putting in work, and
How to survive.
and how to survive on the yard and how to survive in the streets. That's what we do got. So don't judge us and say, oh, these niggas don't know nothing. We know a lot. We know how to survive. We've been through the ringer. You got when it come. Don't get us wrong. There's been a lot of prayer for the righteousness on my behalf, and I'm video with Junior. Junior ain't the best Christian either. But I
got by on pure luck.
You know what I'm saying? So I know, man, every day I'll be like, man, I'm still here. Man, okay. Let's go give me some shrimp. You know what I mean? So I say that with a smile, but a lot of people can't do that, man. A lot of folks. A ton of people done lost their lives, committed suicide through gun violence, through bad health. Man, quick as it's like gambling. What is that? Like shooting dice.
Money all gone.
Yeah, point seen, money gone. That's how quick folks are getting out of here, man. So this is happening before Corona came involved. I just want y'all to, don't be too Jesus Christ up or too religious up. Excuse me, not just Jesus Christ, but just too religious to really come down and have an understanding on what you should be doing, who you should be talking to your nephew. You should be talking to. If you can't talk to him, shoot him the link. Let him listen to us talk. So we can help them. We're not gonna save everybody. I'm gonna tell you that. I ain't gonna be. This ain't a crusade in that factor. I'm not a crusade fighter. You got where I'm coming from? I'm just trying to let it fall on the ones that can hear and understand it, or need us to have the content so they can pass it on to somebody that can understand the language we talking. Person actually listening might not understand it, but they be like, my nephew might need this. My husband might need this. My cousin might need this. You feel me? Be a male or somebody's man his wife might need this. You know what I'm saying? This information, the content that we running. A lot of stuff is going bad out here. It's going fast. Got where I'm coming from? It's a lot of distractions out here. A whole lot of them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
More than one man can handle.
Man, I'm trying to explain to you. This is not the game.
You know what?
It's real.
On the flip side to that, you are going to continuously, before we was here and while we're way after we're gone, that somebody wants to be, they want to be part of that life. They want that life. You know what I mean? They want to make a name for themselves and get the recognition. So for those who thinking about that, I'm going to let you in on a little secret on how to do that.
Oh, Lord, here we go.
For those of you youngsters, male or female, that want to make a name for themselves, want to be in the streets, want to be a leader, want to be down, what have you, all that stuff. Rule number 1, you can't have a late start. Rule number 2, you got to be in it to win it. No ifs, ands, or questions about it. You got to be about your business. So if that's what you're into and you want to go that route, it's your life. You do whatever you want to do with it. But those are the rules. again, rule number 1, you can't have a late start. You can't back down when it's time to get down. You got to be in it to win it. And you talking about, oh, man, what you mean by late start? Can't wait till you're 35, 40. Now you figure you wake up, oh, yeah, I want to represent. I want to push this line. I want to push that. Now you got to start 13, 14, 15. Nowadays, you got to start 12. Then you start building up. So by the time you are 25, 35, 40, you be like, man, I did some dumb shit. And then you'll have a few years in the pen under your belt by that time. So, yeah.
That's if you're alive.
That's if you're alive. This message is just for the people who want that life. That's the rules to get. That's the secret to get it.
Yeah, that's it. Hey, look, it's just information, man, that we hope and pray that it helps somebody. Hey, look, like I say, our life ain't been no prayer book. We ain't the best Christians, none of that. It's just like really sad to see every morning you wake up. If you look at the news or get a notification of, such and such has been mass shooting, run up in the United States Capitol, somebody get killed by the police. You know what I mean? High-speed chest car wreck. Somebody get gunned down live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on some streaming platform. Right. It's gonna keep going on and going on and going on.
God damn.
Yeah, it's like, damn, boy. Let that news start to fuck with you. As I'm looking at this stuff, like listening to too much, we used to call it watching the news or TV. We call it the idiot box.
Yeah.
We play the whole thing over and over and over. So some people are weak. They don't know how to turn that motherfucker off. They don't know how to shut the internet off. Like, fuck this shit. I'm tired of hearing that shit. Even though that you don't want it, not saying it's wrong what they saying, that you don't want that shit keep replaying in your head over and over and over. That's what you hear.
You just pretty much get accustomed to, another one? Okay, whatever. You're not like, wow. It's not a wow moment no more. Oh, also, real quick. We had a show a few shows ago about funeral home and life insurance. Again, if you're not prepared, please, no matter if you in the streets, in the church, or whatever you're doing, if you don't have your affairs as far as life insurance in order, please take care of that. That's you know what? You'll be doing yourself and your family and friends and loved ones a huge favor if you just get that in order. If you feel you're not going to be responsible enough to keep it going, hey, look, grandma, mom, baby mama, uncle, or somebody, this is important.
Yeah.
Very important.
Yeah, for sure. Look, we done chat it up. Like I said, we ain't no superstars, nothing like that. We just regular old street niggas, man, trying to pass on some knowledge. Hope this will be beneficial to some people. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Digital Soapbox. Pod TV. On the line. Artist Shield. Smooth Cup Production. Wire Entertainment. You feel me? We are the Shield, man. Get them on the line t-shirts, baby.
Every day on the line. Every day on the line. Every day on the soapbox. Every day on the line. I remain every day on the line. Well, every day.